Hi, my name is Karen Cochran. For those who I have not met yet, I have been teaching consulting since 2011 and lead the STAR program. This is my 4th season, and I'm passionate about finding opportunities for students to address business challenges and learn along the way. In 2014, I was actually a STAR client, so I've seen the program from various viewpoints and want to welcome you. We are so excited for the STAR season for 2021. We're actually in awe that we have 23 STAR projects in the midst of a global pandemic. It's because of the incredible teamwork within Kenan-Flagler Business School, as we have so much support from faculty advisors, the dean's office, the staff, and UNC alumni, and the hope that we would have incredible students in you. We wanted to share this brief video in advance of our team building day so we can maximize our time together and really your time as a STAR team. So thank you for taking the time to watch what we call the syllabus in review. So let's introduce the STAR team, including the leadership team, faculty, corporate partners, and the students. Then let's discuss the program as a whole. STAR explains once again. And finally, we'll remind you of what's next. I know you have read through the material, but we thought this asynchronous session would support you all. As a reminder, you signed up for a 4.5 credit-bearing experiential learning course. STAR strives to provide you with a powerful learning experience, but what's the most exciting is when you and your team create value by delivering an insightful recommendation to your corporate partner. You are now a part of one of the best action-based learning programs in an MBA world, and we hope you are ready to stretch yourselves and become even better leaders and problem solvers. And if all goes well, we want you to know what an efficient and effective team is all about. If you recall, STAR is about giving an opportunity to further develop your critical thinking, apply the MBA and undergraduate business curriculum, and learn to manage through ambiguity. Employers want to hire individuals who know how to navigate complex problems and to come up with creative solutions. STAR gives you a semester-long experience to apply all that you're learning. And if this global pandemic hasn't shown us anything, it certainly has challenged us to think and work differently. So as you manage through all the uncertainty around your STAR project, strengthen your muscles on how to manage ambiguous situations and how to be your best and bring out the best in your teammates. You will have to dig deep in your investigations and research, apply all that you've been learning. Remember, an advanced degree is more than regurgitating facts and figures. It's the application of the knowledge and skills acquired applied to the problem at hand. The problems presented to MBAs do not have one answer. They're ambiguous, snarly problems. MBAs are expected to be able to effectively manage ambiguity and deliver solutions that optimize performance in scenarios where there is no clear answer. So I have a fabulous team in Dr. Julia Cruz and Catherine Sadalinio, so you're not alone. Julia has been leading the contract process so that all of the service agreements and non-disclosure agreements that we sign between the university and your corporate partner can be finalized. We've been working with our legal counsel because we want this to be complete by launch. Julia is passionate about communications and leadership, and you'll hear from her next week. Catherine is the program assistant, and she's an excellent communicator, and you probably have already received emails from her. You are welcome to reach out to any of us along your STAR journey. Our STAR leadership team also includes our incredible faculty advisors. This team of executives collectively represent hundreds of years of consulting and high-level executive experience. While they bring industry knowledge and consulting backgrounds, they are passionate about engaging with you to coach and mentor. We hope you'll take the time to get to know your faculty advisor. It's very unique to have so much time with one faculty, and it's one of the things that makes STAR so incredible. While they may bring knowledge and insight, they really are just amazing people to know. We can't say enough great things about these faculty. They are an integral part of the STAR program. Our STAR ambassadors were in your shoes just 1 year ago. We are thrilled to have this team of MBA ambassadors who have been both project leaders and teammates who will support you along the way. Chris, Gray, Rowan, and Ali will be assigned to your teams for ongoing support, but they also will hold office hours for all of you to engage with them as questions arise. They have a lot to share and have been instrumental in the STAR preparation process last fall. We hope you enjoy connecting with them. We also greatly appreciate our STAR undergraduate ambassadors who are rock stars. Many of the undergraduate students have aspirations to go into consulting, and these ambassadors are great examples of this success. They did phenomenal jobs on their STAR projects and are going into consulting after graduation. We hope you'll get to know them better as they are incredible resources to all of our STAR teams. They will hold office hours and will be participating in the undergraduate training sessions that we will have on occasion. We will share a top 10 things you should know about our undergraduate students in a follow-up message, so look for that. So you've met our STAR team. Now it's always exciting to announce the STAR corporate partners for the spring 2021 season. If we were all doing life together in McCall, you would see this slide on the monitors to celebrate our corporate partners. We're thrilled to have these companies engage with you all. We welcome some repeat CPs, as we call them, back, and have some new ones as well. We hope you'll enjoy getting to know your executives during that launch day and in additional meetings. Be prepared to ask questions, but most of all, listen. We have 8 healthcare companies, and their business challenges are all very inspiring. You all are positioned to learn how to change the world. We have 2 unique projects this year in the diversity inclusion space. An MBA at UNC team is supporting a Keenan Flagler D&I effort, while another team is helping an executive recruiting company who serves the underrepresented minorities. Many of these projects have amazing, yet confidential key questions. We wish you all the best as you navigate through these business challenges. We just celebrate each one of these partnerships. For spring 2021, STAR has 23 projects, and all of you, 159 MBA and undergraduate business students. This year it was extremely competitive to get a STAR assignment. We regret we couldn't place all of your classmates, but congratulations and thank you. We are excited that we have a diverse set of students across 6 programs, and we trust you all will do a fabulous job. While you will spend most of your time with your teams of 6 or 7, we want you to know you're part of a bigger program, and we do hope to gather together for selective trainings throughout the spring semester, and we will be in touch about those dates. On our team building day, January 15th, 21 of the 23 projects, or 145 students, will all be online at 8 a.m., so get ready. And we hope you'll connect with others, though, from the STAR program along the way. Each year, there's an application and interview process to select the project leaders. These are first-year MBA students, and STAR is thrilled to announce these PLs, as we call them, in the full-time program. While they all have leadership experience, we hope STAR will help them grow even more. We want to thank our project leaders for stepping up to lead your teams. Sometimes it will feel like a thankless job. We hope you as teammates will support your project leaders and will actively contribute to the overall success of your team. These PLs have attended sessions already to get ready for STAR, so thank you. And we also have STAR project leaders among our working professional programs, so thank you to these students who are leading projects while also working full-time. We're excited about them, and we hope you'll enjoy working with these dynamic folks. Thank you especially to our advanced auto team, who is a mixture of EMBA and full-time students, something we haven't tried before. So thank you to those folks. Again, thank you for these project leaders for accepting this important role. We wanted to share with the team members what the project leader's role really is. Project leaders will focus on the relationship management of both the team and the corporate partner. They'll address the project management tasks, and as we say, planning with the end in mind, and leading the overall thought leadership. Often they won't be making the slides or doing the in-depth research, but will be guiding the ship along the way. We hope you will get to know your project leader individually. All of you will contribute to the relationship management, project management, and thought leadership, but these PLs will be ultimately responsible and accountable for the overall success. So let's review what STAR is all about. What did you sign up for, now that you know who's involved? As one of the deans said a few years ago, we run STAR like a mini consulting firm, but come May, all of our employees quit you. Well, we recognize that's the case, but we love what we do and we hope you will learn a lot. While many of you may not go into consulting, we hope you'll grow to understand the process and that it will support you in your careers. Some of you will be consultants, but many of you will engage with them. They will be hired at your firm, or you'll work for a former consultant at some point. While this triangle image depicts the number of positions in a firm, there are always more staff than directors. Consulting is generally a flat organization in the way consultants interact. It's not uncommon for junior consultants to consult with partners. So we hope you will have an equally engaged team with your PL directing the project, but that you will also contribute equally in the engagement with your corporate partners on launch weekend. Here's more information, and we just encourage you to embrace your role. There are many types of projects that consulting firms and companies undertake. STAR projects focus on the problem-solving challenges. Consulting firms also support organizations to build capacity and to implement. Firms like Deloitte, Bain, McKinsey, they all have structured problem-solving approach to analyzing challenges and making recommendations. Many companies also have internal consulting groups or standard project methods for breaking down problems. The key is that you use a structured approach, not a specific methodology all the time. We want to encourage you to, within this problem-solving approach, to consider SCR along the way. What's the situation? What are the complications to this challenge? And the ultimate goal is to identify a resolution. Think about SCR not just how to address the challenge, but later on how to tell that story. What's the situation? How is it complicated? And what ultimately is the resolution? Thankfully, by now, many of you have taken CSF. STAR uses a similar hypothesis-driven approach. I'm a big fan of acronyms, so we use the McKinsey Engagement's team-focused methodology, which is similar to what we teach in CSF. I hope by now you have read the book, McKinsey Engagement, or watched the videos to remind you of the value of team. Talk, evaluate, assist, and motivate. If you were to study the best companies in the world, often it's not that they have the best product or service, but I believe it's how they know how to best manage their best resource, the people. Coaches get paid millions to build and develop effective teams. This takes great intentionality. We will spend time on Friday with various exercises to expedite the team building process for you and your teammates to really get to know one another, to grow, to be an efficient and effective team. Trust us, the teams that deliver the best value at the end are often the ones that take the team building part very seriously. How many of you can recall being on a team that didn't go so well? How many of you can think of a job you liked if it weren't for the people? If we take the time to communicate well, listen to one another, and get to know each other and find that common ground, that's a great start for good teamwork. We hope as you develop your team charters, you'll discuss everyone's expectations, personal goals, and we will share your experience and what motivates you. And please celebrate with one another along the way. You all are tackling a lot of things going on in your personal and professional lives. We hope your teammates will be there to support you. Regarding focus, remember to keep the key question in mind throughout the project. It's so easy to forget that when you get really down into the details halfway through. Use the issue tree approach to consider all of the options. Use MISI, mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive, as you brainstorm all the potential ideas and solutions, as well as how you divide up the work into your work streams. Take the time to formulate your hypotheses and develop an analytical plan. It's an iterative process, so don't get discouraged if you don't have great hypotheses from the start. Each STAR team will ultimately present recommendations that are based upon facts, data you'll collect. And as you learn more, that might fine-tune your hypotheses. While we know you're all creative and will discover innovative ideas, we want you to be able to present those sound solutions based on primary and secondary research. Consider surveys, focus groups, and you definitely will do interviews. We will follow up with training on Collect to support you in the process. In the meantime, we hope you'll read a lot of articles to get smarter on your industry and topic. And finally, all your hard work will culminate in an incredible final presentation that will inspire your corporate partner to act. It's not easy to tell an executive story in a short period of time with a great balance of detail and imagery. So be ready to make a lot of slides. Consultants often get a reputation of only making fancy PowerPoint slides, but really it's an art to be able to articulate your great ideas in a concise manner to tell a great story that inspires change. You will use the data in creative ways to tell your story. And remember, the storytelling starts early in the process, so don't wait until April to think about what is our story and how are we going to tell it. We will be reminding you along the way to think about your story. This is a pictorial way of displaying the STAR process from the beginning to the end. During phase 0 or now, some of your projects may not even have the key question finalized. Other corporate partners filled out the application with a very succinct key question. We hope by the end of your launch day, all STAR teams will have their key questions solidified. Your project leader, with the support of the faculty advisor, will be leading that effort to confirm the overall statement of work, which will include the key question, what's in scope, what's out of scope, and will also confirm the dates, especially that final presentation date. As you can see, the consulting process is an iterative one that will invite a lot of ambiguity. While you may not know much about your industry today, you will be learning a lot, and that will help you develop stronger hypotheses and ultimately stronger recommendations by the end. Your corporate partner are counting on you to bring that objective and creative and passionate ideas. So it's okay if the business challenge in our industry is completely foreign to you today. As you disaggregate the problem, we invite you to think out of the box and share all of your ideas with your teams, even if they're pretty far-fetched. Remember MECE, and as you prepare for your kickoff, it's okay to share those creative ideas with your CP. We've encouraged them to give you some background information in the beginning, and we hope that you will just be fully engaged and lean in with them during the day. As a reminder, each team will produce 4 deliverables starting with that first kickoff deck during the launch weekend. That kickoff deck will include introductions of your team and some initial thoughtfulness around the business challenge. But you will focus on research in the project after that kickoff deck and will eventually deliver a preliminary findings deck in early March. In April, you'll have a rough draft for what we call a storyline, where all your final ideas will be perfected, but you're not quite sure how to tell that story. And then in April or early May, you'll deliver that final presentation. We've encouraged your CPs to invite a larger audience to that final day. Hopefully that date will be set in the coming weeks, but it may change along the way, so don't be surprised. Executives have very fluid schedules, and the STAR program will work with you. But if you have a wedding or a job commitment or anything that's really important, share those dates with your PL now. The expectation is that all of you will attend the key deliverables with your clients as well as the reviews behind the scene. The STAR leadership team and faculty advisors will supporting you in these reviews, the green team, red team, and blue team. We expect all of you to attend these meetings, and Catherine will work with your project leaders to schedule the meetings, as these are very important. So what happens in these reviews? We get this question a lot, so we wanted to just share now. STAR wants to support you before you go in front of that corporate partner, and we want to give you additional exposure to other faculty and subject matter experts who can contribute to your project. So during the green team review, your team will share your kickoff deck, your analytical plan, which we know will change over time. This is a great opportunity for us to meet you all as a team and hear about how the final key question turned out. We also want to listen to the ideas you have and share any additional thoughts we have on primary research, giving you names of SMEs, etc. We will include another faculty advisor to sit on these to give an objective viewpoint. All of these reviews will be conducted over Zoom. And as I mentioned, the project leader will work to coordinate. The red team review is scheduled about 3 weeks out from your final presentation. Now keep in mind, we'll be flexible and you and your team will decide when that will happen. We'll include another STAR leadership member, Julia or myself, as well as an additional faculty advisor. We will hear your rough draft of the presentation and really offer feedback around the storytelling to make sure it's logical and clear. By this time, you're so focused on your ideas that sometimes we lose the objectivity. This is the phase of the project when even all of us consultants need a different viewpoint, and it's great to get that feedback at this stage. Finally, the blue team is like a dress rehearsal. We'll have faculty and students from the Business Communication Center present, and they'll focus on the slides, the delivery, and any other last-minute pointers we can offer. All of these reviews emulate the consulting process. So this last blue team review occurs 1 week out before your final presentation because we want you to have time to make edits and get your energy back for the final. But we have done blue team reviews even 48 hours before the final, if need be. It's not ideal, but we hope your project leader will schedule these reviews in advance and work with us to accommodate your schedules. We hope you will be guided by the current Keenan-Flagler core values of excellence, leadership, integrity, community, teamwork, and inclusion. Specifically, we encourage you to strive for delivering excellence along the way. Find ways to lead even if you're not a project leader. When STAR CPs engage the students, they expect you to uphold the confidentiality agreements that the university signs on your behalf. We will talk about this again at the end of the team building day, but please keep the key question, all the integral information about your project confidential. We don't want you to give away what we say the Coca-Cola secret to others. And a few years ago, we actually had a Coca-Cola STAR project. Our CPs take this confidentiality of their business challenge very seriously. They're willing to share data and discuss their messy issues with you under the premise that all of these discussions remain confidential. For example, on your resume and in interviews, you don't talk about the name of the company, but you talk about the role you played or the work you personally accomplished. You might be able to mention the high-level topic as well, but you don't connect the dots with the name of the company and the key question. If you choose to mention that it's a Fortune 500 consumer product company based in the Midwest, you don't want to articulate the scope of work. For example, you don't say, I'm working for P&G on the Crest project and we're looking at the specific market. Rule of thumb, if your primary client contact is in the room of your interview, would you be comfortable discussing your role on STAR with them present? Please reach out to your FA or the STAR office if you have any questions. We also have a document in the file section on Canvas with more guidance on how to articulate STAR on your resume. Finally, build a community with your STAR team. Become an incredible teammate and be inclusive along the way with all of your stakeholders. Find a role to play on your team. And these are just titles to guide you, but you as a team can make up your own and articulate these in your team charter. We do recommend someone has to be the fun officer or the team building facilitator, so keep it fun. While we know many of you are pursuing careers outside of consulting, we hope this experience will help you wherever you land, but most likely you will work on teams wherever you go, and we want you to love what you do and to create value along the way. While we love focusing on bringing value to the corporate partner, STAR is an academic experience and we use the grading process to help us focus on the overall learning outcomes. Your overall grade will include feedback from your faculty, your peers, the corporate partner, and STAR holds the team accountable for your team assignments and reviews your final reflection paper. Keep in mind the grading is 50% from your individual effort and 50% from your team's effort. STAR will use Canvas to manage your assignments, so keep in mind that the team deliverables have deadlines, but all STAR projects will upload these at different times depending upon your schedule with your CP. We hope you'll learn a lot and we don't want the grading to get in the way, but it's a methodology to hold us all accountable and to encourage the learning outcomes. As a reminder, the MBA students are on a high pass, pass, or low pass system, while our undergraduate students actually still focus on their overall GPA and they're on the AB grading scale. When you discuss your motivations for STAR, make sure you know what your teammates hope to accomplish and take the evaluation process seriously in March and in May so you can give one another feedback and to strive to be that efficient and effective team. Please be responsive and timely to complete the performance evaluations. So how do you know what an A or an H looks like? We use a rubrics to guide you. It may seem complex, but use it as a guide. We don't expect you to be excellent by March, so take note that 70% of your grade occurs in the second half of STAR. We know you'll have challenges as you interview for internships, etc., but we use this process to help you stay engaged throughout the semester. We hope you'll communicate with your teammates when you have conflicts, but that you remain committed to STAR from start to finish. There's criteria for project leaders as well to serve as a guide. I encourage you again to read through these rubrics to support your growth. We will also communicate the expectations with corporate partners who will evaluate you all based upon communications, completeness, credibility, importance, and ultimately if the recommendations are actionable. So what are the next steps? Please review all the assignments on Canvas and complete those on time. We encourage you to take the time to think about the business challenge on your own. Ponder your personal goals again and be prepared to share them with your team. Be prepared for Force Family Fun and some challenging tasks on January 15th for those 21 teams participating. Get ready to learn from your teammates and to learn about yourself along the way. Be prepared to ask a lot of questions at the launch and to think creatively. Engage in a meaningful way and have fun. Thanks again for being on the STAR journey. We wish you were all in person in Corey Auditorium or at the Rizzo Center, but we applaud each of you for engaging with STAR for this virtual experiential learning course. There will be times along the way when you may ask yourself, why did I do STAR? It will be challenging. You will wish you had more data or that there wasn't so much uncertainty. There may be a client or a team member that creates an additional challenge for you. We hope you'll persevere. We trust you will lean in. We hope you will listen more and will be reflective along the way and at the end. These executives have a lot to share, and yet you will teach them too. They love to hear your creative ideas, and they always rave about your passion, inquisitive nature, your professionalism, and how fun this experience is working with you. So lean in and have fun. Finally, many years ago, I was a student at Keenan Flagler Business School getting my MBA like many of you. One of our current faculty advisors and Professor Nick Dido was my professor in a class that was a precursor to STAR in response to a very heated and dynamic environment on the UNC campus. Students were protesting because the UNC sport uniforms had the Nike logo on them, but Nike was known to have child labor issues in their manufacturing plants. UNC responded by creating a small class to study the issue. We worked in 3 work streams. What should UNC do? What should students do? And what should Nike do based upon our findings? My team created recommendations for Nike, and in the final day, Phil Knight, the founder and CEO of Nike, surprised our small class and showed up to hear our final recommendations. Months later, he actually acted upon them. A group of students went to DC to hear him present. I was already on my Deloitte internship by then, but I loved hearing that Phil Knight implemented changes in the Nike facilities and he became more proactive in his messaging. It was amazing to create value and to make a difference. My hope is you will too. We need leaders to work well together to address complex challenges. We need you all to pursue excellence. We just want to wish you all the best.